Hey, my name is CCP Berger, and I'm a Senior Development Manager at CCP Games.
So what are you showing new here with EVE Online at EVE Vegas 2017?
So we're showing a lot of new PvE content that's coming to EVE, come Lifeblood, October 24th. And we've been focusing a lot on high sec with this content. So the two big interesting things coming to high sec is the forward operating bases. That's going to be both Blood Raiders and Guristas splitting up high sec, and you're going to get some interesting fights. And also a super cool new feature called Resource Wars, where you're going to be, it's kind of almost more like an arena style gameplay.
So talk about how you work with your community when you implement these new ideas and gameplay mechanics.
There's a lot of back and forth, and player gatherings like EVE Vegas and FanFest in Reykjavik are super important. We bounce a lot of these ideas with our player base. Sometimes even some of these ideas pop up in conversations at these events, so it's quite awesome. Some of them are kind of we have to keep something under wraps and we can't talk about them, but once they hit CC or test service, usually we get super good feedback and everything blows up.
What are some of the challenges when deciding how to punish players in a game that itself can be really punishing if you're out mining resources or with your expensive ship that eventually gets destroyed by pirates?
So basically kind of one of our philosophies when it comes to the new NPCs and the new AI is we want to emulate players. We want to be we want our NPCs to be more like players, not like these kind of random things in space. So we're actually all NPCs, from this point onward, actually have player fits, and they behave like players and they fleet up like players. So they will actually have lodges, and they will have, do Evo, and they have a fleet commander and stuff like that. So yeah, no, it's I'm not killing players. It's the pirates.
So EVE is 14 years old this year. What's it been like seeing the evolution of technology on a server basis as well as a graphic basis improve your game overall?
I mean, it's pretty crazy. I mean, the core DNA is still there. I mean, you can definitely. I mean, EVE, in a way, it's the same game that we put out almost 15 years ago. But I mean, the surroundings have all changed. We've added new gameplay techniques, we've added new graphics, we've added a lot of new tech, 2003 when the game shipped, people were playing it on dial-up networks. It's insane.
So what do you think it is about the sci-fi genre that makes it so popular in the gaming space?
I mean, yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I'm a kid of the 80s, so I'm brought up with a lot of sci-fi around me, so that's my love, that comes through the Star Wars and Star Treks, and it's just, yeah, space is awesome.
Can you walk us through the process of when you guys are taking a new ship and putting it inside the game from its concept to eventually patching it into the game for purchase?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely multiple ways that can go, but oftentimes it's it's conversations that spark up among our game designers. They kind of bounce a couple of ideas back and forth. Usually, there's a strong idea or strong concept that people kind of run with, and then basically, a lot of things start to kind of brew in conversations, and you get art involved, as soon as you can. A lot of ideas come, when you start constantly out the ship, and yeah, no, it's an interesting process, and yeah, it's much more organic than you would imagine.
What are you guys trying to do in terms of making EVE Online more approachable and easier to understand to new players of the series?
So we've done. So last year we actually introduced Inception, which is the new player experience, basically, and it's much more reactive. It's much more learning by doing, and that's actually something that we're really fond of. And this is one of the things that we're doing with the forward operating bases come Lifeblood. We're actually we want to teach players how to properly fleet up and how to properly fight in a fleet, because the first time you run a PvP fleet, it's awesome. The game changes forever for you. So yeah, I mean, allowing players in high sec to actually do meaningful fleet fights, I think that's going to be huge. I think that's going to be really important for new players to really get exposed to this type of content, and I believe that best way to learn is like learn by doing and learn by losing.
And when will the Lifeblood patch as well as these other DLCs make it into the game?
So Lifeblood will be out October 24th, and yeah, I look forward to seeing a lot of explosions.